Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Simple Living Outdoors. Today we're going to talk about something extremely relevant to the season, and that is the lures I use for fishing beds. The bed is going to be almost a highlighted circle that you find up in the shallows. They're wanting hard cover, so the bass are going to use their tails to fan away a lot of the ground near reeds and other plant structures, because plants tend to like to grow in the harder ground. That way they don't get washed away in the current. So first off, I start with something very subtle. It is a Senko. Now Senko I will wacky rig or I will weightless Texas rig. That way it has a very slow rate of fall, and what you're going to notice is the bass is either going to say, I don't want that, mind its own business, or it's going to turn and it's going to come and it's going to nose down on it. And a nose down is just when the bass kind of tilts downward and it looks at your lure, and that means he is in that bedding mode. He is clearing out his nest. He doesn't want anything on that area. He's either going to hit it or he's just going to watch it. And if he's just watching it and he starts to turn away and he's not paying it any attention, then he's not really in the mood for this. So I would go to my next technique. My next technique is the shaky head. As you guys know, I freaking love the shaky head. It is one of my go-tos. It works all year round, and it shines this time of year pretty well. Now, in a shaky head, I always look for a flat bottom on the weight. The hook point should be higher up than the line tie. The knot should be fairly strong, and of course the line tie shouldn't protrude too far out. So I found, what are these? These are the Berkley shaky heads. These match pretty well for what I'm looking for. These are the 1/8 ounce. They come in all sorts of weights. Berkley did a good job, really good job on these. But I would cast out past the bed and let it sink down, and then I would slowly drag it, maybe a little bit of hopping, just very lightly, just to get its attention, and just drag it through the bed, and that usually gets that bass's attention pretty well. You'll see him nose down and hit this. What you gotta remember is don't make your shaky heads extremely long. If it's too long, the bass is gonna bite the tail end, which they're a huge fan of doing for this time of year for some reason or another. They're not really looking to eat, they're just trying to get everything off the bed. The next one is it is more in the bass's face, so to speak. I like to use a jig. This is a what is this? This is the Pro Model Strike King jig. I chose white because I like to be able to see the lures at all times. That way you can see the bass pick it up, because they're not really striking out of a lot of aggression this time of year. They're striking just to get whatever's on their bed off their bed. So once you find a lure that you can see in some of this danger water, it makes your whole day a whole lot easier. On this, I have a Rage Tail. The colors don't exactly match up very well, but I still like it because the only reason I chose white is so I can see it underwater. So if this is more of a natural color, then the bass can see it well, and I don't really need to pay attention to it too much. But it's compact, that way the bass has to almost always hit the hook or swipe at the hook at some point. Makes the hook up a lot easier. I bit the entire tail off. I don't want the tail. Just that nice compact trailer on a nice compact jig. I use heavier jigs. I use 1/2 ounce or 3/8 ounce when I'm using them on beds, because the heavier it is, the less it will move when you're twitching your rod, giving that crawl some action. So if it's a light one, if it's a finesse jig, it's gonna kind of pop further away from the bed with each twitch of the rod. If you use a bigger one like this, then it's not gonna do that. It's gonna kind of stay still. It's gonna dig in the dirt a little bit, flare up, and it's going to really get that bass's attention. If they're not wanting this, my last tactic is a good old drop shot. You guys also know I love the drop shots almost as much as I love the shaky head. You can't go wrong with a nice drop shot. I like to keep it really finesse, really small splash, so it doesn't scare away any bass, and it still has enough weight to keep that pressure on the bottom. So those are the ones that I would use when I actually locate the bed. If you're just beating the bank, I would use a lipless, because lipless are great at irritating bass, which is what the goal is this time of year. And if you don't want to use the lipless, then use something with a little more attractant. I would use a spinnerbait. It definitely will get the job done. I prefer the lipless, but if you want to throw a spinnerbait and just low roll it through the bed, that would work too. But those are my 4 techniques of choice for bed fishing for bass, and my 2 techniques of choice for beating the bank this time of year. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, go down and hit that like button. While you're down there, you might as well hit that subscribe button. That way you're entered into the giveaway for the white bird reel. Alright guys, I will see you next time I post.